What's up, people? Welcome to the African Fighters. Today we'll be looking at the UFC 286 going down hours away. Edwards versus Usman 3, the trilogy fight for the UFC welterweight title. Edwards, the champion, defeated Usman via head kick in the 5th round to claim the title months ago, about 6 months ago. And Kamaru Usman, the former champion, back in England, trying to reclaim the title that was once his. This is going to be a fascinating fight. These guys have fought before in the past. Usman won the first fight earlier in their career. Edward won the second fight. This is the rubber match, and the winner will end the whole conversation of this encounter. So here today, I'm here to tell you guys 5 reasons why Kamaru Usman will beat Leon Edwards at UFC 286 to reclaim his title. So let's jump straight into this. First of all, Kamaru Usman, he is a challenger. Being a challenger comes with a different mindset. The challenger is always the guy who is hungry or hungrier to get a title. He's coming in there putting everything on the table to get a title. Whereas the champion, most times you are defending. That's why it's called defending the title. You're trying to retain your title, hold back your title. Usman will be coming into this fight the hungrier guy, coming into this fight trying to seek revenge. Edwards has said a lot of things in the past. Edwards has, after winning the title fight, to some people, seeing him as become a more proud fighter, bragging a lot, talking about difference in trash talking, headshot dead, and so on and so forth. We all know Edwards to be that reserved, humble guy, but this is all part of the game. You need to do trash talking sometimes to sell the fight. You need to also hype yourself. You need to also build that confidence around yourself, which I think Edward is doing. But Usman said Edward had been saying a lot of things, and he's coming in here to shut his mouth up once and for all. So Usman may know something we don't know. So Usman coming as the challenger, he also mentioned that he has been able to stay in his zone, stay in that box, grind and walk, and which is something he was unable to do in a long time. The media rounds, the commitment, that can also get to you sometimes. But Usman this time around is fresh, looking at the mistake he has made, clarifying things, and this can make you very motivated coming in to actually claim that title, to get that revenge. So Usman was looking at boxing, looking at getting challenges outside the UFC, looking at moving to middleweight. But with that head kick, without defeat, without knockout defeat, everything changed, and Usman is looking forward to bouncing back, and he's the wounded lion coming to get that revenge. Number 2, the tactical skill set. Usman has the overall skill set. He has lethal striking, he has great grappling, and also decent kicks and punches. Usman also has that knockout power which can turn your light off once. He's shown that against Gilbert Burns. He knocked out Masvidal with that 1-punch knockout. He has also been able to drop Kobe Covington several times and other opponents in the past. Usman is very dangerous. He always said this in the past, that I have the overall skill set, I can mix this up, I can mix this all together. And that is why it's called mixed martial arts. He can dominate on the ground, he can walk the body on the clinch, he can also strike, which he has improved by joining Trevor Whitman. He was known to be a wrestler in the past, but Usman has the overall skill set. Leon Edwards is known for his boxing, his striking, which some people still believe Leon Edwards has the advantage when it comes to striking, and you can tell from that kick. The high kick was drilled, was practiced before the fight several times. You can see clips coming up, so it wasn't a lucky kick. Leon Edwards saw opening and threw that kick, which knocked out Usman. So credit to Leon Edwards. I think he is the better striker overall tactically, but apart from the striking, he has just good grappling and decent wrestling. He is not as good as Usman. Usman has that cardio for days. Usman will be able to dominate you on the ground. And in that first fight, you can the second fight, you can tell Usman was trying to take Edwards down in the first round, and Edwards reversed the takedown, took Usman down, tried to dominate Usman on the ground, and also tried to get that submission, rear naked choke submission, which he failed. And afterwards, Edwards became tired. He was exhausted. He put so much energy in the first round. And this is what Usman can do for 5 rounds continuously. He can dominate you for 5 rounds on the ground. He has that cardio for days. So I think when it comes to tactical overall skill set, Usman has advantage. Usman is the better fighter overall. Now to the third reason why Usman wins this fight is mental toughness and pressure. So how does mental toughness play a part in here? Usman is a well-disciplined fighter, and that is why he went, I think, 15 fights unbeaten, 15 fight winning streak in the UFC welterweight division. I think the highest winning streak in the UFC so far, and only so far one defeat. He defended his title 5 times. So Usman has that mental toughness. He can go in there well composed, has that discipline, and also can fight under intense pressure. In several occasions, he wasn't liked by the fans against Colby Covington, against Masvidal. People were cheering Masvidal and Colby Covington, but Usman never let that get to him. He knows how to control the pressure, and he knows how to get relaxed, confident, and come in and perform. But can we say the same for Leon Edwards? We don't know. Leon Edwards is in the tight position. In other situations, Leon Edwards should be coming into this fight the confident fighter, which I think he is, the confident fighter, drawing the confidence from the knockout, but he is going to be under intense pressure. So how will he be able to handle the pressure? It's the first time a card is built around him in London, in England, in the UK. The O2 will be coming in to cheer their man, to cheer their own. So how will Leon Edwards handle this whole pressure? Is his mental toughness able to balance this? Is he able to close that crowd, the cheer, and try to focus completely for 5 rounds? Or will the pressure make him make mistakes along the fight? Will he be looking at going to impress the fans and get another knockout? Is he going to be more patient? Will he rush in for the wrestling earlier on? Is he going to be a bit defensive, trying to look for another lucky kick or something like that? So this is what will happen. Usman will capitalize on Leon Edwards' weakness. Once Usman is dominating Edwards in the first 2 rounds and the fans are booing or are no longer cheering Edwards, how will Edwards react? So pressure is more on Leon Edwards for this fight. So, and this is what makes champion. This is what makes champion. How you handle the pressure, and how you can move and withstand the pressure in tough situation, in adversity. And this is what I think Usman has advantage. I will capitalize on this to win this fight, in my opinion. So moving on to the 4th reason why Usman wins this fight: championship experience and also dominance. Usman, like I mentioned, similar to the last point, Usman has that championship mindset. Usman can dominate his opponent from start to finish. Remember during the fight with Woodley, the fight that he became champion, he wanted to become the champion. Usman told Woodley asked Usman, how do you win this fight? Usman said, we'll find out in the cage. And Usman dominated Woodley. It wasn't a 1-kick knockout, it wasn't a 1-point knockout. Usman dominated Woodley. An experienced champion in his own right, Usman dominated Woodley from start to finish, all 5 rounds, and won 50-45, I think, on all judges' scorecard. He won by unanimous decision. Usman has been able to do this against Colby Covington, Gilbert Burns, and also against Masvidal. Even against Leon Edwards, he was winning for 4.5 rounds. For those who forgot about that, or 4 rounds completely before the last minute, which the head kick came in. Usman was able to dominate, come back, continue to dominate. So that championship experience, that championship mindset is an advantage for Usman to win this fight again. And also Usman mentioned something very important, very key. He said he's going in there to snatch Leon Edwards' soul. He's that fighter that will break you, and that will happen to Woodley. Woodley looked a shadow of himself in that fight. He was surprised what was going on. And also Leon Edwards also made similar excuse in the last fight, saying he didn't know what was going on, he wasn't himself, that was his poor performance. Usman makes you make mistake. Usman dominates you in such a way that you feel you are not the same person. So Usman mentioned the soul snatching again. So will Leon Edwards be coming with something different? Will he be able to push Usman earlier in the fight? Will he be able to throw his kicks, throw body kicks, try to see how he can make the fight even? If not, Usman will dominate again and get the victory. Lastly, Usman is the favorite going to this fight, and it's obvious, we all know why. The 4 reasons I mentioned is the reason why Usman is the favorite. Usman has a mental toughness, can handle the pressure better, has championship experience, dominant, has overall skill set combined. He can mix it up, the wrestling, the grappling, the striking. He's coming as the challenger, less pressure, and Usman has been able to show us in the past that he can dominate his opponents. He has dominated Leon Edwards in the last previous two fights. He won the first fight via decision, which he dominated. The second fight, he was also going to win on decision before the head kick. So, no offense to Leon Edwards, that was a beautiful head kick and that was a beautiful victory to become a champion. But 9 out of 10 times, Leon Edwards is going to fight Usman. Usman is always going to be the favorite. Usman is going to win. It's likely going to win, and you can tell from the reasons I mentioned earlier. So, this is going to be important. Can Leon Edwards change that streak? Can Leon Edwards do something different? Apart from the striking, apart from the head kick, I don't think Leon Edwards has that one-punch knockout. He's going to be relying on the kick again. And Usman is going to be a bit conscious this time around, keeping his hand high. If he can keep the defense good, I think Usman gets this done easily. Usman can win this fight dominantly on the ground from first round to the last round and win via unanimous decision. Usman can knock Leon Edwards out with the punches. Usman can also submit Leon Edwards. But the clearer part for Leon Edwards in this fight is going to be his stand-up, his striking. So, and maybe submission, but I don't think he can submit Usman. Usman is a very huge guy, powerful guy. If Leon Edwards is going for the submission, Leon Edwards is going to gas out early. So I think Usman is able to win this fight as a favorite. In our pool, Usman is leading 60-40 in several pools when it comes to the audience voting. I think Usman was also the favorite on the betting books. And also in our most recent pool, Usman is leading slightly 59, I think 59, 42 or so. So Usman is still winning. Usman is still the favorite. So guys, here you have it. These are the reasons why I think Usman beats Leon Edwards at UFC 286 tonight. What do you think? Tell us who you think is going to win this fight in the comment section. Make sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel, turn on post notifications. See you some other time. Peace out. Bye for now. African fighters.